You've got it tuned to KEXP. We're listener-powered radio at 90.3 FM in Seattle. You can find us online round the world at KEXP.org. I'm Cheryl Waters. I'm super excited to have Lady Lamb live in studio today. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having us.
We're holding up lunch for some people here in the band today. Want to start us off with a couple of songs?
Love to. Me best in an airplane. I slept the length of the Atlantic. When I awoke, we had landed. For days on end, I've thought about it. covered my heart like it was strawberry cake at a birthday celebration. But I still need your love. I still need your love. Oh, I need your love. I need your love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I still need your teeth round my organs. 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 Still need your love. I still need your love for you are the apple. You are the apple. Gravity's upon, pushing down on your head like the devil's got a paw dug in your shoulder, and the other one is rubbing your back. The kitchen in this new place has a window where you can go basil on the sill. Maybe you can call your neighbors by name now. Berries on the dash is the sweetest kind of living, so this feels like eating the meat of the mountain. It's all grit and gristle. I can't chew and swallow. I'm gnawing my way back home. The clouds look a lot like wool gone through the wash. I checked my phone for the time, but I still wear my watch. I'm confused about how I'm supposed to connect to anyone now. The seats smile big at me because they know the feeling. And for a millisecond, we share a look like a family does, like we have inside jokes, like we could call each other by little nicknames. And I could tell the story of how my great-grandmother's sister was deemed to sing, how they exhumed her body after years of being buried, and they thought she hadn't even begun to sully, so they moved her again straight into the Vatican. asleep, July where I land. I thought I saw you on the platform in Amsterdam, and I nearly missed my train, and I felt so defeated till I jumped on to see all the warm smiles were for me. Yeah. I made my train and it made me so happy. I made my train and it made me forget everything. It made me forget, made me forget, made me forget. It made me forget everything. It made me forget, made me forget, made me forget. It made me forget everything.
Very nice. It's Lady Lamb live on KEXP, the new album called After, and we got a song from both albums there.
Yes.
Thank you again so much. It's so great to have you here, and you sound fantastic.
Thank you so much. I've been wanting to meet you for a very long time, so I'm very happy to be here.
Oh, that's great.
I'm a fan of you, Cheryl.
Well, we're a fan of you as
Thank
well. Tonight you're playing at Barboza, and Allie, Derek, and TJ, you sound fantastic together. Allie, I know that for a long time you toured by yourself and a little bit as a duo. I think that was with TJ.
Yeah, many years ago, 2008.
Not mistaken. But if I'm not mistaken, you primarily started as a solo artist making music by yourself and somewhat quietly, maybe even in secret at first. Can you tell me how and when you started making music?
Sure. So I started writing songs in 2007 when I was 18, and I was working at an independent DVD rental store in my hometown of Brunswick, Maine. And it was down in a basement, so I worked the closing shift, and then I would store my gear there, lock the door, pull it out, and make a ton of noise till 4 or 5 in the morning most nights. That's how I started, and worked that way for about 4 years.
And is that how you recorded your first record?
I recorded a handful of released albums on a digital 8-track in those days, but my first studio record came out in 2013, and it was compiled of a lot of songs from that time period.
Is that something that you do alone, making the music?
Yeah, I generally arrange everything at home in my apartment with headphones, even down to the horns and strings. The technology these days is so great for that.
Yeah, you have a lot of great instrumentation on, I hear strings and horns, as you mentioned. Do you bring people in to play those live when you're recording, or do you just use the technology that you have available to make those sounds?
I bring in players for that, but what's so wonderful is I can write a part on a keyboard, and then that music gets transposed to sheet music, and it can just be printed out for the players, and they can just bang it out. It's really cool.
You wrote your original songs when you were quite young, and then you did a ton of touring and playing those songs by yourself. Yet when the album came out, the album was kind of full. Was it hard to translate playing those songs by yourself for so long into what actually came out on the first record?
It was really difficult. I would describe it as like trying to wrench steel or something. Like, these songs were they existed as solo songs for so long, so it was a real challenge to open them up and add in more arrangements. But I'm glad I did, because I felt like the songs really wanted to be full.
So when you approached after your next record, did you go into it a different way after what you'd gone through on the first record?
I did. I had a completely different process, because the first album took about 10 months from start to finish in the studio, arranging the music. But on After, I did so much pre-production between tours. On the first album, I would come home and write the songs or whatever, and demo them in full. And so the studio process was just recreating my demos with a lot of energy.
Something I find fascinating about your music is not just your lyrics, which I love, but the way that you fit them into your songs. And I'm wondering, when you're coming up with lyrical ideas, how do you approach putting them into the music?
Most times I am inspired in phrases. I don't generally write poetry, so I'll come up with a lot of different phrases, and then I'll sit there and stitch them together, kind of like a collage. And a lot of times they're from a certain time period where it makes sense, like what I was thinking about a lot, and they just kind of fit together like a puzzle, and works out that way.
I talk a lot to artists about their influences, and when we listen to music, we try to find influences that we think that inspired musicians. And I read an interview once where you said that you began playing banjo because you were inspired and influenced by Sufjan Stevens.
Absolutely.
And I love hearing about an influence that impacts a musician that way.
Absolutely. I'm inspired by him to this day. We listened to him on the way here.
Oh, that's great. Well, he's got a beautiful new album, as do you.
Thank
Your
you.
latest album is called After. Tonight, you all are playing at Barboza here in Seattle. And you got a couple more tracks?
Yes.
It's Lady Lamb live on KEXP.
Sitting on the train and I'm peeling an orange. I look over nonchalantly at a woman. She is yawning, and though this sight is common, I am abruptly mesmerized. And it strikes me in this moment, for the first time in my life, how strange we all are. Animal hearts pumping that animal blood. Was I born wild? Have I been asleep this whole damn time? Dreaming up alive, will I wake to find that I'm deep in the woods and I'm snarling on all fours? I could be cracked open like a cartoon watermelon, and you would see the solar system suspended in me. It's the same one in you that pulses and spins. We're just made of flecks of the heavens, spat out spit. We are filled with the gore from long before. And I'm through starting wars to make you see me a warrior. Oh. Was I born wild? Have I been asleep this whole damn time? Dreaming up alive. Some ancient answers have since been unearthed. Still all these abandoned buildings, they had to get built. And who were these architects who left their work? I left my body in the bed, but my head floated through the ceiling. Was I born wild? Have I been asleep this whole damn time? Dreaming up alive, will I wake to find that I'm deep in the woods and I'm dreaming up alive, will I wake to find? Was I born wild? Have I been asleep this whole damn time? Dreaming up alive, will I wake to find that I'm deep in the woods and I'm slide on all fours and my animal heart is pumping that animal blood.
Lady Lamb live on KEXP. That was so powerful. There's some great, great songs on this new record. We're so happy to have you here today. After is the new CD, Lady Lamb. I think you've got one more.
I do. Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you. While you tune there, I'll remind people you're playing at Barboza tonight.
So easily I forgot lifting the sandbox in Arizona and catching the geckos and keeping them as pets in a Halloween candy's jack-o'-lantern. Their tails would fall clear from their bodies. And we'd run, keep on playing. My sister, she is with me, even when wading through the water, flashlights flickering in the dark, climbing the laundry post in the tomato garden, spying on all the neighbors swimming. Talking till 7 a.m. Realizing we're both afraid of the notion of having our brains be in the body of a whale in the ocean deep, where the light don't reach. And I loved him. Talking on that drive of the winding mountain roads from Hudson to Vermont. In the season's first snow, the boys asleep in the back of the car. We were in the front, we were singing along to every word of the songs that help make us who we are at the top of our lungs. She keeps a journal of her childhood memories as they return. My favorite's the story recounting when she saw an eagle with a fish in its mouth. She was 10 and she wrote it down. There's a sweetness in us that lives long past the dust on our eyes, once our eyes finally close.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Another wonderful song from the new album After. It's absolutely great.
Thanks so much, Cheryl. Appreciate it.
It's wonderful to have you all here. It's Lady Lamb live in the KEXP studios tonight. You can see him at Barboza here in Seattle. And I hear you're coming back later this summer to play at Music Fest Northwest.
Yes.
In beautiful Portland, Oregon on the waterfront.
Very excited for that.
That will be great. I keep saying wonderful. You got all my adjectives narrowed down to great and wonderful. It's great to have you here.
That's why I love you, because you're so passionate about what you do. It means a lot.
Bands like you make it easy. Thank you again so much for coming in. You've got it tuned to KEXP Seattle. Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.